welcome back to Bench Talk episode 6. And I know it's been a little bit, but it's been a hectic month for the boys. A lot of different things coming up in our personal life, so we haven't been able to get a pod out to you guys, but super excited to be back now, bring you guys what you guys all begged for. It's a big week of sports nonetheless. NFL free agency, the Players Championship, uh, Kobe's father dropping 83 points in the game. Lots of different things that are going on. And so, but before all that, Alex, how you doing?
Yeah, a lot has happened in the past week and a half. I feel like you've been out of town. I've been bouncing around, trying to keep up with all the sports. College basketball is heating up. We're in March. It's awesome. But we've got a lot of stuff coming. A little pre-wire. I know we're gonna do. And I don't know when this would come out, but we're gonna do a little bit of a bench talk, fourth line golf match, possibly here in a little bit. That'll be exciting. Some good content coming there. But first off, let's address what you said. Let's address it. Bam's 83-point game. Now, I want to preference this before all you little clip farmers out there go out and make the craziest clips of what I'm about to say. I I thought it's unbelievable to score 83 points in an NBA game. Don't get that wrong. That's a crazy feat. But you, and when I say you, I mean Jesus, are the biggest Kobe hater of all time. Like the fact that you were just out here gaslighting everyone into just, oh, it's Kobe's father. Oh, it's Kobe's father. First off, Bam should have scored 200 if we're really going to be honest here. 46 free throws, made about half of them, shot 7 for 22 from 3. In all honesty, I'd say it's a worse performance.
Bam. So here's the thing, right? It's been a great week of, and I would say this. I don't follow the NBA too much anymore, but I do follow the Heat, and I usually will check the scores. I don't really watch the games as much until we get to the playoffs because I just can't be bothered to watch the product anymore, and I feel like it doesn't really get good to the playoffs now. But I checked the score after the first quarter, and I'm like, wow, Bam Adebayo has 31 points. I mean, what a dog. I'm thinking he's probably going to go for 50. Then I see he's got 50, and I think it's probably around the third, I'm thinking. And I'm like, wow, he's got 50 points. What a game for Bam. And then I receive a text and say, what is Bam Adebayo on? And I go back and I look again, and I see 83 points from Bam Adebayo. And you know what? It couldn't have happened to a better guy. Bam Adebayo, I'd say, is one of the top guys in the NBA. Really glad it happened to him. I feel like he is just a really solid dude. He's been with the Heat for a while. I think he gets a lot of crap for his offensive game. I mean, if anything, I feel validated because I know Bam Adebayo can go score the rock, and he finally was aggressive and did that. And now let's add some context though to the 83-point game. First of all, he scored 83 points, and I see all these people are like hating so disgustingly, but like, yeah, he scored 83 points. I don't know, and I don't go look and go, oh, Wilt Chamberlain, he had actually 27 offensive interferences that resulted in no. Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points. That's it. He scored 100 points. Whether you like it or not, he scored 100. Whether you like that Bam got the crap fouled out of him getting triple teamed from the third quarter onwards, uh, he got 43 free throws, made 36 of them, and it's credit because your favorite basketball player probably might not make 36 of those. And so I think it's an incredible feat. I think it's been amazing to try and like stir the pot a little bit with the Kobe fans. Like obviously Kobe is a better player than Bam Adebayo. If you don't agree with that, you actually should never be able to watch basketball in your life again. That being said, Bam Kobe is how it'll always be remembered.
Here's my thing though. Like seriously, it's it has to say more about the Wizards than it does Bam, right?
I don't know.
Equal. We can say equal. I mean, the Wizards are terrible.
And here's the context. Like the Wizards obviously bad team, but I think it's actually more impressive for Bam because nobody was playing. Like the Heat had a lot of injuries tonight. That night, Kel'el Ware was out. I'm pretty sure Tyler Hero was out. I think Hawkes even might have been out. I'm not sure. Actually, Hawkins played. Never mind. But still, with Tyler Hero out, okay, Bam, next up, and he was just aggressive all night. I actually saw a stat that Bam Adebayo and Fontenecchio combined for the second most points of all time behind Wilt and some dude on his team. Shout out, Bam and Fontenecchio. It combined for 97 points, I think.
So the other guy had 14.
Actually, yeah, no, actually maybe it went for 103. I think the other guy had 18. That's bad math. Maybe 102.
I was gonna say, yeah, it was a crazy game.
Regardless,
Did you watch it? Be honest.
I watched it back a little bit. Like I just watched it. Like I went in and kind of watched like the last bits of it where he was just all the foul baiting and everything like that, and like the Heat were fouling and all this. I didn't watch it at the time. Like I told you, I don't like the NBA product right now. I think it's just whatever to me.
I mean, we've said that on
Um,
pod before.
yeah, and so it's like I will follow it though. Like I'm a Heat fan. I follow the Heat. I know what's going on for the most part. Didn't watch it, but went back and watched a little bit of it
I mean, I think this
afterwards.
just validates our take of just bring back defense.
Yeah. No, and it's inexcusable for any team to let 140 points up on a night. So like at the
That's what
end
I'm
of the day,
saying.
like
Like, bring back
I
defense because it's
agree.
cool that he scored it. Like, not gonna lie, but it's also crazy that he
I
scored 83.
I always think it's cool to witness history. At the end of the day, like when you watch things, it's like people who hate LeBron. You can hate LeBron all you want, but like at the end of the day, you watched one of the greatest players to ever grace the basketball court in your generation, Stephen
Yeah,
Curry.
it's
Like,
like, yeah, exactly. You can hate him all you want, but you're gonna watch him.
but he's there, and you're witnessing history, and you're gonna look back and be like, wow, I was alive during that. Same thing with like Messi and Ronaldo. Like, it's incredible. The two best players to ever live on the sport, arguably, you're watching. You know. And
Yeah.
so I think it's one of those things of like you just witnessed the second most points of all time go in. Devin Booker couldn't get it when he had 70. I think Devin Booker or did he have 70 or 81? I don't remember.
No, I think he had 70.
Devin Booker couldn't get it. I saw some funny memes. They said Jason Tatum would have stopped at 81 and then went and sent Kobe a text. I
Text to
thought that
Kobe.
was
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Another
Um,
funny thing about NBA, did you see where Jalen Brown tweeted live right after? It was like maybe like 2 minutes after he got ejected, and he was like, "This the crap I'm talking about."
yeah, yeah.
I
That's the
love
same. This is
that's
the same
something like
night as the
that.
Bam.
That's the stuff that I love, though. That's the stuff that I love. That you just the second you get into the locker room, you just bam Twitter.
Yep. I mean that's the
Also,
same night.
speaking of Twitter, Kevin Durant, welcome back. After you just got absolutely exposed for having the craziest burner of all time, welcome back. Glad to have you. Can't wait to see what your next burner tweet is.
Yeah, I welcome back. At least uh at least Jalen Brown actually tweeted it out. Himself.
Yeah, on his main account is huge.
You did not do that.
Oh, Kevin, you didn't. You hated on your teammates and then got exposed. But hey, what I really want to talk about, like majorly talk about, is the Titans are making moves.
Yeah, so I mean we can move into NFL free agency, and so NFL free agency has been absolutely insane. Um, you know, we can go ahead and start with the Titans. I mean, what is your thoughts on the Titans free agency so far? If you had to give them a grade, what would you give them?
Overall, I'd say probably a B. B or B plus.
That's kind of mid.
The Titans are horrible. I love the fact that we have set ourselves up where we're just like, let's just spend as much money on defense as we can, and then we're gonna try and hunt offense in the draft. Like I'm expecting either us to take Jordan Love or the offensive tackle from Miami. What's his name?
Magawi or Magawa, Magua. I
Yeah,
can't say his last
whatever his
name.
name is. I think we're gonna take one of them two. I also wouldn't be mad at Ruben Bain, but like, I just don't think that the plan right now is to keep Pollard and Spears in the backfield. I think getting Franklin was huge. Franklin and Simmons up front is going to be nasty. I love both the corners that we got. We also went and got half the Giants locker room, which is kind of sick. We're just gonna become the Giants, which could be good or bad. Who knows? But I'm excited. I think we just need to get Ward a couple more pieces. I was okay with the Wandale deal, I think we kind of overpaid because he's really just a slot guy. Like we can't use him on the outside. So now I'm wondering if we're just going to release Ridley or what we're going to do. And I'm also sad because Okonkwo left today. He just signed with the Commanders, which sucks because I really thought we were going to keep him. He was really good, but you don't know. I mean, we still need to address the offensive line a little bit and figure out a running back situation, but it looks positive. I like our wide receiver core right now. We just need to go get a guy, like an outside, just a guy. And I don't know who that's going to be. I think we might try and draft. I've seen a bunch of different mock drafts, like Chris Brazel out of Tennessee. I've seen Cardell Tate going forth, which I kind of hope we don't do, but I don't know. I think I'm excited for the draft. I think there's a lot of hope.
Yeah. And now, if I had to ask you right here, right now, off of free agency alone, how many wins right now if you walked into the season with this roster? Don't talk about the draft, the free agency ads alone. You pre-draft, how many plus, or let's say this, how many net wins did the free agency add to the Titans season?
I would say probably 3 or 4 for sure.
So you'd say maybe
Fixing
you go.
fixing the secondary was our biggest problem. Our corners were so bad last year. Like they were so bad. I think I saw something to where we're gonna drop. What's the corner's name? I think it's Snead or something like that. We're gonna drop him, which he needs to go. And the thing is we haven't dropped very many players or cut very many players, so we're still gonna have cap to work with. And like I'm just happy that we addressed like our number one problem like day one of free agency. We were like, all right, we're just gonna go get people who can defend. Like we got all the corners that we need. We'll probably pick up a couple more just for depth, but I like it. And Saul as a defensive coordinator or defensive guy, so I'd say 3, 4 probably. I hope. I like the moves. I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah. And now I'm really excited to get into the NFL free agency talk because I have a lot of interesting takes here. And the first one I'm going to start off with, and we'll go start here. Tua turned the ball over, signs with the Atlanta Falcons. And now, at first, whenever I see Tua signs with anybody, I'm like, that's a horrible pickup. But then I started to think about it a little bit, and I was like, I kind of like it. Like I kind of like it. Like I like that he has Bijan Robinson. He essentially just upgrades on A-Chain. And A-Chain has it's hard to upgrade on A-Chain. A-Chain's an amazing player, but now you're arguably with the best running back in the league. Stefanski's a great coach in terms of he's going to be a good coordinator. You've got Drake London, Kyle Pitts. The guy has a really great just scheme around him. I think he wins the job over Michael Penix, actually. Eventually.
I think Penix is hurt to start, so I think he has the job.
But I think he gets the job. I really could see the Atlanta Falcons a wild card. It might sound crazy, but I can see Tua Tagovailoa leads the Atlanta Falcons to the wild card, and that sounds insane, but I could see it. But then again, it's also the Falcons, so this could be the greatest 0-6 turnaround, or 0-9. Turnaround, win 7 straight games, 8 straight games after that, and be the best 15th overall pick team ever again. And that's
they can definitely get in the wild card because that division is rough.
Yeah, the division.
Mike Evans leaving hurts Tampa so bad.
This is what I'm saying is that I think the Falcons could make some noise this year with that division. I mean, I do think the big loss for the Falcons is Pierce Jr. beat the crap out of his girlfriend. I mean, that was I cannot believe some of the stuff I saw there. I mean, that guy's rightfully gone, and that's gonna suck because they traded a bunch of picks to get him. Like that, it was a big haul they made to grab James Pierce Jr. And they lost that, and so I'm interested to see what the Falcons can do. I think they could win that division. My hot take is I think the Buccaneers might struggle a little bit this year. I think they're not going to be like, and they'd say they weren't that great anyways. They were kind of just a fun team to watch. I think the Panthers, are they proven? They 1 year. Can they do it again? I don't know. I think Tua and the Falcons could be decent, and lucky for me, I get to watch it, live in the flesh.
Yeah, I think the Panthers are going to be really good. I think they paid a shit ton for Phillips, but at the same time,
I love Jalen Phillips, Miami guy. Shout out, Miami guy.
This is a monster. They
He is
picked
a
up somebody
monster.
else on defensive
And they got the
on the
guy from the
defensive side.
Jaguars, Brian, I think his name is, or Lloyd. Sorry, Lloyd. What the
Yeah,
heck's his
like
name?
they're gonna be
The
good. They're gonna be
linebacker.
good, and I mean, they've got pieces too on offense. So it's them losing. Did lose? Was their running back? Who was
Devin
their running
Lloyd.
back last year?
Devin Lloyd.
Who was Carolina's running back?
Dowdle went
Killed
to the
me.
Steelers,
Yeah,
but they have Chuba,
it's true.
and they
But
also
I mean, still,
and I'm looking it up now. I'm interested to see they have Chuba. They lost Dowdle, but is Jonathan Brooks still a guy there? And they have ETN. I mean, maybe they think they could rock out with Chuba, and then
ATN back up.
Jonathan Brooks is gonna because I think he's come off the ACL again. I know he got hurt. That guy Jonathan Brooks, if he could just stay healthy, I think he would be an absolute dog.
Yeah, I think those two are probably gonna win that division, one or the other.
Yeah,
I
one of
think
the
the only problem with with the AFC South Titans division is just the Jags are scary. The Texans, you just never know, but the Texans just got David Montgomery, who I think is a great pickup because they have a lead back now. I don't know. It all just depends on if CJ Stroud wants to play football.
so we'll get to the AFC South here. I got a couple of free agent guys. I won't go through this one. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world that Geno Smith is back in the New York Jets uniform. I mean, can you believe
This
this reunion? That was top one things I was not expecting this free agency.
this was my favorite, or not favorite, but I think the funniest move of the whole entire free agency because Geno is different. I will say Geno is different than when he left. And if you remember Geno's last kind of stint, he got hurt and then just lost the job. So like, I don't know what to expect. I think Geno's still good. Like I won't sit here and be the guy who just hates on Geno the whole time. But I don't think that the Jets like instantly should have just been like Geno. I think they're better players. They're like Kyler, for example. But
I
I think
don't
Kyler's
think.
gonna go to the
Apparently, they
Packers.
offered Malik Willis $30 million a year, and he went to the Dolphins on a cut price deal. And honestly, smart move for Willis. Reuniting with some of the Packers staff there, probably familiar for him in that sense.
Yeah, but I just like think about Willis in the same way of like he was started off on a bad team with Titans, didn't play well, went to Green Bay, and was on a good team with a good system, good coaching, and like obviously thrived in it. And now he's going to the Dolphins, and he's like the bridge quarterback until they find or he becomes the guy. But like I, the Dolphins just, I mean, he has Waddle for sure in A Chain, but like
A Chain Willis read option is very lethal.
no, I know, but like I'm just saying, like he's gonna have to do a lot of he's gonna have to be a really mobile quarterback, make crazy throws, and like I don't know. I just don't. I think either it's gonna be a home run or he's gonna kind of be in a crappy position with the Dolphins, unless they make a move, which you never know. But
Dolphins can't make a move. We have $3 million in cap space. There's not much the Dolphins can do
it's
right
true.
now.
Most dead cap space in NFL history, by the way,
Yeah,
thanks to a
yeah.
$99 million.
Yep. Shout out to speaking of Geno though, going back to him, I gotta say I might be one of the only Geno Smith believers still. I just like I like people who chuck the ball. Geno is just a chucker, and he's not gonna lead you to a Super Bowl, but it's a lot of fun to watch. I like I like to watch Geno, whether good or bad. It kind of is. I think my favorite genre of NFL quarterback is just like 40 touchdown, 40 interception guy.
So just Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, yeah, Jameis Winston is my favorite genre of NFL player, and Geno Smith, I think is not that bad. I really feel like the Raiders just absolutely sucked last year. Pete Carroll was a mess. I think that O line was an absolute mess. It didn't help Geno. Geno is like if you look at when he was in Seattle, like yeah, he wasn't great, but he wasn't bad either. He's very run-of-the-mill quarterback. I think if you're the Jets, you think Geno can bring you a couple of picks just to show some progress, and then hopefully maybe you draft a guy like Ty Simpson and it goes well there. But
I just
I don't
kind
know.
of don't even count Geno on the Raiders. Like that just kind of out of my mind. Like Pete Carroll being a coach there and like Geno being a quarterback. Like it just is not even in my mind. Like when you say Geno, I just think about Steelers or Seahawks Geno.
Yeah, Very valid, very valid. And speaking of a Seahawks player, Kenneth Walker on the Chiefs. And now this is an interesting one because Patrick Mahomes, is he out for the whole year? He looks to be out for the whole year, or he's going to come back late in the season. This could be really interesting. I like this signing with Mahomes. Um,
Yeah, I think when you think back to like the really good Chiefs teams, like one of the things that they could always do was just run the ball.
mhm.
Because you obviously know like Patty's gonna like make big running plays, but now you have like a guy in the backfield who can just go get the yards that you need. And I'm not just talking about like 3 or 4 yards every down. Like, he's a player who can go hit the home run. He's a player who can just break one off. Like, I think it's a big move, and they paid him. But I agree. I think Kenneth Walker's gonna be a huge pickup for the Chiefs, and it sucks because it's the freaking Chiefs. But
And I'm sad though about this. I'm not gonna lie, like big move, but I'm kind of sad. I really, really wanted to see Jeremiah Love with the Kansas City Chiefs. I That was kind of like my dream scenario where like Patrick Mahomes gets the young three down running back. I think Jeremiah Love's going to be a home run in the NFL, and I really wanted to see him on the Chiefs. I thought that would have been really fun.
unfortunately, he's gonna be a Titan. No, seriously, it has to be him.
I mean, that would be fun too, but then I guess you have Pollard and Tyjae Spears, and you have to see what happens there in a crowded running
We
back room.
just we just get rid of him.
Yeah. Next up, moving to the AFC South,
Let's talk about it.
Daniel Jones cashes in on a 2-year, $88 million deal, and I gotta say something. Daniel Jones had a great year last year, and I think he's actually not the worst quarterback. But my God, has this guy gotten an absolute bag twice now? And
What
it
is he
doesn't.
at? He's over 200 million.
Yes, he's definitely made over $200 million in career earnings. Do you think that we're going to see a post-contract slump? Do you think the Colts are going to be as good? And speaking of the Colts, not only did they cash in on Daniel Jones, they dealt Pittman to the Steelers, I'm pretty sure, and then cashed in and made Alec Pierce one of the highest paid receivers, signing him for over 100 million.
Yeah, well, I'll just stress it in order. I think we're going to see the Daniel Jones back in New York when he got his first bag and then just was terrible. Like I don't know. I think Daniel Jones in the contract year is just an absolute monster. But before then, like, I mean, what did he do? He just sat back up in the Vikings and then all of a sudden got a job. Like, I don't know. I don't understand Daniel Jones. I think it's interesting because you did deal like the one guy on your team who can do all like the short crossing routes and is just a big physical receiver in
Mm-hmm.
Pitt. And Pitt going to the Steelers 100% means Aaron Rodgers is coming back because that's the most Aaron Rodgers receiver I've ever seen. Just someone who runs like 5, 6 yard crossers and Rodgers can just throw the ball as hard as he possibly can and as fast as he can right into his chest.
Well, yeah. I mean, speaking of we have a quarterback domino here. We have Aaron Rodgers' future is uncertain. Kyler Murray still has not found a team yet, although the Vikings are the probably favorites there. Kirk Cousins, Kirko Chains, still floating around on the market. And now also, let's do a double check. Carson Wentz, I think is still on the market. If I'm
I
remembering
thought he went
correctly.
back to the Jets.
No, it said no, no, no. So they haven't. So they have not got him. The Jets were trying to go for him still, but I don't know. I thought Carson Wentz was going to be the Jets quarterback, and I actually really like that for the Jets. Get a veteran quarterback. Every time I think of Carson Wentz, I think back to the Eagles days. When
Mm-hmm.
he was just absolutely hooping. I got a soft spot for him. I think he's a great veteran quarterback. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think Kyler definitely goes to the Vikings. I think it makes the most
which is
sense.
exciting.
Because if you really think about it, like that's what the Vikings need. They just need a quarterback who'll just sling it and throw it deep. And so like Kyler has that arm.
Can I interrupt you really quick
Yeah.
and just paint you a picture really quick? I just want let's close our eyes. You have Kevin O'Connell with a veteran quarterback like Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Used to be. Um, He has a lot of talent. He's got a lot of leg capability. He can run. And then you pair him up with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and a great Vikings organization, great offensive scheme. Could Kyler Murray do something special in Minnesota?
Here's the thing: is I don't know because Kyler's never had if he this is a big if he goes to the Vikings. Kyler has never had receivers like he will in Minnesota, and so I don't know. I think there's a chance for sure. I do think Kyler's a decent quarterback, but we've just never seen him on a team like that or with a head coach like that or a scheme like. So I don't know. I'm good to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that they can at least make the playoffs for sure, but
Yeah, tough division, but yeah,
he's better than none.
that is also question is I guess if the Vikings are going to run with 9.
Seriously, he's so bad.
He picked it up
For
at the back end of the season.
all the fantasy owners who had Justin Jefferson like I did, they know about how bad nine was. They know the absolute pain of nine.
Yeah.
Nine
No,
doesn't even know. Nine doesn't even know Justin Jefferson plays for the Vikings. He only knows Jordan Addison does.
and I'll say this free agency has actually made me excited for fantasy. A lot of moves that are going on. Opening up like Tyler Algier could be RB1 now, and he's a great back. Granted, he was stuck
James
behind
Conner
Bijan.
still has to be RB1.
I don't know. We'll see. I think Algier could win that job. I think he's an underrated back. I think you have moves like Pittman going to Steelers, Kenneth Walker
Kenneth
going.
Walker's going to be an insane pickup.
Yeah, Mike Evans is on the 49ers now. We haven't even made it to Mike Evans yet. Can I say a hot take really quick on Mike Evans? I think Mike Evans is going to be disappointing on the 49ers, and I'm a massive Mike Evans fan. I just for some reason that spells like injury crisis. Like I feel like the 49ers have an injury problem already, and then Mike Evans' hamstrings are just shuddering having to play next to that electrical substation every practice.
I it was a weird move. I think Mike Evans just hated being on the Bucks still, or he had a beef with someone in the building. But then again, I think about who Brock Purdy's had to throw to so far, and I mean they've been pretty good. So I think he'll be decent. If he stays healthy, he'll be really, really good. But
That's the
that's
truth.
the big question.
If he stays
If he
healthy, I
stays
just don't think he's going to stay healthy.
Yeah,
I'm not praying on his downfall. It just makes me nervous.
but if he is healthy, he's gonna have a year.
Yeah,
For real. He's gonna be
yeah,
good. We should talk about the elephant in the room.
yeah.
Great.
That's what I was getting towards. So
Yeah, we should talk about it.
let's get your take. Max Crosby gets dealt to the Baltimore Ravens for 2 first-round picks. Goes to Baltimore, says his goodbyes to Las Vegas. Then is posting all in Baltimore, and then we wake up to the news that he supposedly failed his medical. And that's interesting because Max Crosby's missed like 9 games in his whole career.
Yeah.
Very
And
healthy player.
And they knew he had surgery too, which is
So do we think that the Ravens GM did a loophole in the system because he found out that he get a cut price deal on Trey Hendrickson and keep the 2 firsts?
100%. I think this is the listen. If I'm any GM in the league, like I'm never trading with the Ravens ever. This is the most slimy deal, and just the definition of I got cold feet and I can pay less and keep my 2 firsts. Like, first off, if people are comparing Trey Hendrickson to Max Crosby, like Max Crosby is an absolute animal. He's just an animal, and the Ravens would have been a lot better if they would have got Max Crosby. I think truly the GM was like, "Oh crap! I just gave up 2 first-round picks. Like, I don't want to do that." And so they just had the doctors be like, "Oh, we don't want to take him," because you can't tell me you're doing that deal without knowing beforehand. Oh, Max just had surgery on his knee. We know that like it's gonna take some time, and they just got scared. It was BS though. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And it really did piss me off because Max would have looked so cool in the Ravens uniforms. The all black, he would have looked so sick.
Yeah, and to me, this smells like rebuild is on the cards for the Ravens very soon. Like, I actually think the Ravens have not had a great free agency. People may disagree with that. I think they re-signed Mark Andrews when they should have re-signed Isaiah Likely. They took the
True.
older option. They lost Likely. They lost a couple of guys actually that followed Harbaugh, which I think were some bad losses. Linderbaum to the Raiders. That was also a Ravens player, right? If I remember correctly, the center.
Yep. Yeah,
I
he
don't
was
have
their center, and
notes,
he's a
and
really,
he's
really
really
good
good.
center.
Yeah, and he's in the Raiders now. And they now signed Trey Hendrickson, who I actually am not really that high on. Great player, but like he's injury prone.
I'm also not very high on him.
Not high on him. I think that what it tells me is I think Lamar could maybe I just think it's something like a change of scenery for everybody might be good in Baltimore. I think Baltimore might be going into we missed our window with Lamar. We weren't able to get it done. Let's pivot, and that's why you got cold feet in the first two rounds. But also now, does this make the Raiders a lot better? I mean, the Raiders I thought had a really good free agency for the most part, signing some good players that cap space, and I think they can actually have enough cap space to keep Max Crosby and everyone else if they decide to keep Crosby.
Yeah.
Um, I think the Raiders low key almost won by just keeping Crosby.
I mean, I think that it definitely helps. It well, first off, they have to draft Mendoza, which I think everyone thinks that they will and knows they will. And I think having a super veteran center is going to make Mendoza a crap ton better. Genty's going to have more holes because if you watch Lindenbaum's tape, his run blocking and how he just like attacks people, he's disgusting. And he helps with the rest of the line because he's going to probably be calling all the protections and stuff. And then you still have Bowers, and I mean they probably need one more receiver, like just another guy, pretty much. But like their defense isn't. I mean, it's not great. I don't want to say that it's great, but it's fixable, especially if you keep Max. Like it's fixable. It's just now they got to figure out how to open up a little bit of cap and go get some couple guys. No, I think the Raiders rebuild looks good.
Yeah. Now let's talk about what ifs. Jawan Jennings still in the market. Stephon Diggs and Debo Samuels have been involved in some trade rumors.
Mm.
What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that Jawan Jennings, could be a big pull for a team, or do you think someone's going to make a move for Diggs or Samuel, one of these vet receivers that
Yeah, I think Juwan Jennings is going to go to the Commanders.
really?
Yeah, I think they need a receiver. I mean, they don't have Debo anymore. I mean, they still have Jaden and I'm blanking on their McLaurin, but like I think that they're going to be the ones to sign. Um, oh no! I meant Ayuk. Is that who we are talking about? No. Yeah, I think they're going
No,
to sign Ayuk.
is that I don't. Is anyone? I haven't actually haven't heard anything about Ayuk.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning to say. I think the Commanders are
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
sign Ayuk.
Ayuk
I think Jennings
is
is going to go to like the Jaguars or something. I don't know. I don't know where he's going to go. The only teams realistically that I see making a move for like Debo or Diggs is going to be like a younger, like the Raiders might try and go get Diggs just to have like a vet, or like
Diggs, the nice good vet.
yeah, I don't like. There's a reason why they haven't been signed yet.
Okay, so
Three and four.
now I'm seeing Jennings is linked to the Eagles. Um, and AJ Brown is also in trade rumors, so that's
Yeah,
what
but
they're
they're
saying.
asking so much for AJ Brown. Like I think they're asking two first. Just insane.
That is crazy. Yeah.
It's so much for AJ Brown.
Now let's talk about this team. Super Bowl contenders, not winners. Let's actually just talk about both the Super Bowl teams and what do we think? I mean, free agency wise, do we think the Patriots are going to see a big fall off next year? And likewise with the Seahawks. Seahawks lost Kubiak as well.
Yeah.
They lost Kenneth Walker. Do we see the Super Bowl fall off? Like, they're both teams might kind of be average next year. What do you think?
I just don't know what like the Patriots haven't really made any moves. Like I just don't know what they're doing. Uh, like there's obvious holes in that team, and like, but while saying that, like, if Drake just makes any type of forward step, Like they're going to be a lot better. They also just don't have a receiver for Drake, like a go-to guy.
Hmm.
And so that's one of the things where like that's an issue. Um, but with the Seahawks, I mean, as long as JSN stays as JSN, like they're going to be hard to beat because that defense is always going to be rocking. It's just the offense. I mean, they still have Shaheed too, and Shaheed
Yep, they resigned
is
Jade.
getting better. He's getting better. Like he was an animal in the playoffs. He was electric. I don't know who's going to fill that spot for Walker. Like Charbonnet, I don't know if he can be the guy, but it just depends. I don't. I think they're still both going to be good, but I don't expect to see. At least I don't expect to see the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. The Patriots are just cursed, and they're always in the mix.
Yeah, no, very valid. Yeah, I think last thing I'll touch on in free agency is the Dolphins, just because I am a Dolphins fan. I have a hot take about the Dolphins. I think we could compare the Dolphins if they do this right, and this is all if a lot of banks on Malik Willis as well. The Dolphins have some good pieces. If the Dolphins draft well the next 2 years, and that's a big if. That's if any team drafts well the next 2 years, they could be good. But I really think the Dolphins have a couple of really like Waddle's a great piece, A Chain's a great piece. Willis as well is just if he plays well, I think you then have your guys in a way. You don't have to fill in. Looking for a star receiver or looking for a running back. Like you have that top level talent. I could really see them, you know, pushing a wild card in the next few years. I don't think the Dolphin situation is as doom and gloom as everyone makes it, because I think if you draft a couple, I'm not even saying hit on every pick. I'm saying you hit on like two picks for the next, or two picks each year for the next. You got four new guys. When that Tua dead weight clears up, the Dolphins are going to have a lot of cap room to play with. I think if they've hit in the drafts these years, I think they could be good. I think that's. I don't think it's as doom and gloom as everyone's saying, but maybe I'm delusional.
I think your first statement, it all depends on Malik Willis. To be
Yeah,
honest, because if he's
yeah.
bad, then you're just back to square one.
Mhm.
So yeah, if Willis can get in there and they have a like an electric offense, then yeah, you'll be fine. But
Yeah.
it's a lot of pressure on Malik.
No, of course, and it's a lot. I guess it is a lot of this. So maybe it is pretty doom and gloom, and I'm just delusional. But moving out of NFL free agency into the Players Championship, and now I gotta say this was hyped to talk about this. Sadly, Morikawa withdrew. That happened this morning. He took a swing and the back just gave out. So hopefully he gets prayers up. He gets healthy.
Yeah,
Just come off a win.
it looked like he tweaked it hard too. If you watch the video,
Yeah, he's about to become a father. So he had a lot of good things going for him. Hopefully the back he isn't out for too long. I'm here to make a statement. Really, this is actually all I want to do.
let's make the statement.
Chris Gotterup's gonna win the whole thing, and here's why. If you go on his Instagram and watch that hype video, I just knew, was convinced. I mean, March Madness into the guy on the street, edit into just absolute pure stripe. That just convinced me. And if I was a betting man, I would actually just be like, yeah, here, take my money. That's all I have to say about the Players Championship.
Thing we are
You are.
forgot that you can't bet.
Yeah. Yeah,
Should we
that's all
just
I
start a
actually wanted to
petition
say.
to get? Should we just start a bench talk like just mob where we just force Georgia to allow betting?
And I'm very surprised Georgia doesn't allow betting, because Georgia is. Actually, no, I'm not. I don't know. I guess I'm not surprised that Georgia doesn't allow betting, but I also just like it's so much money in it. And Prize Picks I think is headquarters down in Georgia, so it's a weird thing of like they allow futures, so you can like bet on like sleeper, underdog, Prize Picks. You just can't bet on like DraftKings, FanDuel, like Hard Rock,
That's
some
so
of those
weird.
apps. Yeah,
That's
it's a
so
weird.
weird.
And that's the whole thing, and we're not a sports podcast. We're not gonna go into all of the weird loopholes in futures betting and the poly markets and the kalshis and things like that. Like that's not our job to talk about and get into. We can find a finance guy for that. But
Wait, what
uh,
profession do you work in?
I'm a professional podcaster.
Um, Let me go ahead. Counter theory. to your winner. I think I've cursed Scotty Scheffler. Seriously, I think that I have fully cursed
He shot
Scotty
even
Scheffler.
today. I'm pretty sure.
I know he's tied 36, but I am convinced that I have ruined this man's season. That is from the heart a serious take.
And that sucks. It sucks that we were high on Scotty when the bench talk curse was a thing because it's broken because the USA Hockey has won the
Yes,
Olympics.
which was huge.
We
Our
cursed the
curse is no
Patriots
longer.
and Scotty Scheffler.
Dude, we had a run. Good
Yeah,
gosh, we had a
and Quad
run.
God got cursed as well.
Oh, don't get started. I'll get
Yeah,
pissed off again. I'll get
yeah,
pissed off. But no, I think the players. I love the players. I wish they would make it a major so bad. Like
yeah.
it deserves to be a major. That course is just always so beautiful to look at. Um, but I don't know who's gonna win it. In all honesty, I don't know who's gonna win it. I'm I have a pick that involves the players, but it's not just outright winner.
Okay. Well,
It's gonna be exciting though.
I guess here we can kind of move into our locks. In that sense. First off, we had a little thing going on where we wanted to see who was going to win the month of February. And you will be
How close was
very,
it?
very sad to know that it was an extremely close score. I got 7 picks correct. You
At 6.
also got 7 picks correct. We drew for the month of February, so we are scotch free. We remain the same. And now for March, we attack again.
Back.
And so, without further ado, since we drew, I will take the honors this time. And I've got a couple of. Honestly, I could really just go 0 for 3 and shoot blanks here. But that's the last thing you want someone to say before you give someone a lock. But what I'm going to say here is, and I'll explain my picks. I got Bukayo Saka anytime. Had an absolute horrific game on Wednesday against Bayer Leverkusen. I think he responds, bangs a goal in Everton. Boom. That's your first look. Chris Goddard, that freaking hype video. He is +1 or -1 through 18. I don't remember exactly where he's at
So
off the top
he's
of my
like
head.
he's like in the mid 40s.
Yeah, he's just. I think he's a little above Scotty actually. So I think he might be shot -1 through the whole first round there. And so, but I have him to win. I got him getting hot. I mean, I'm full on after that hype video he sold me. I'm loving this new genre of golf influencer freaking branding here. They're all doing this like edits before each tournament. I'm kind of liking it. Get you hyped up for the tournament. Like I'm on it. And then give me the fourth line inspired me today. I saw their Instagram post. If you haven't looked at that, go take a look. They're trying to help you out there. Give me Panthers money line.
For
Florida
one
Panthers
time.
money line. Yep, they're playing the Blue Jackets. Give me Panthers money line. We're back in the boys. Let's go.
Okay, Florida Panthers on Thursday, March 12th. All right, good picks. Good picks. Goddard pick is gonna be a tough one, but I'm gonna do picks for Friday. I've got 2 on Friday, so 2 tomorrow. Give me the Florida Gators over the Kentucky Wildcats. These are both.
Mm.
I think these are both. This one I don't think is favored. Or the Florida is favored, but I'm gonna take the Tennessee Volunteers over Vanderbilt. That's
Okay.
tomorrow as well. Both SEC tournament games. And then I'm also going to go players. I'm going to take Scotty Scheffler to finish in the top 10.
I like that. I thought about taking Scotty money line actually to win it all. I just feel like he could get hot.
If I was anyone listening to this, I would 1,000,000% put the house on Scotty to have the worst weekend of all time. Just saying. Or Goddard. Both of them to have bad finishes because we are 7 in 1 month is bad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I'm excited. I think the next podcast we should definitely rip a bunch of March Madness because it
Yeah.
starts next week.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll do a little preview. Conference championship this weekend. Zeus, way too early. Who's gonna win the SEC?
I've said it from the start. I agree with you. I'm a Florida guy. I think
Yeah.
Florida's got it. I thought UCF was going to win the Big 12. They sadly fell at the hands of Arizona, and I hope that ass whooping does not affect them getting into the March Madness because they got their ass kicked.
Yeah. You want to know something else that's crazy? I think Miami, Ohio losing the MAC championship today is going to keep them out. I think they're going to put Auburn in.
No, they have too much media buzz. They're gonna go in.
I'm
I
telling you.
think.
I'm telling you. I think that they're going to keep them out. And let me tell you why. Auburn has the fourth, and Auburn lost Tennessee. And it's fresh on my mind. Auburn has the fourth hardest schedule and has some of the best wins. And I think Miami, Ohio has played one team in the KenPom Top 100 all year. I think they're going to keep them out. I think it's going to be one of the biggest stories. And next, by the time we shoot this next podcast, which we're going back to our regularly scheduled next week, we should know because Sunday will be the draw. But I think it's going to be one of the biggest stories next week. That's my future.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I'm actually the opposite. I just don't think there's a way that they keep Miami, Ohio out. I don't know. Also,
You know, if they get
preview.
in, if they get in right now, they will play the University of Miami.
And they'll get beat by UM. UM is so raw. Let's put that out there. And so I'll give you guys some context. I'm a UCF guy. And Finn, it's where I went to school, but I also support Miami. It's where I was before I went to attend UCF. And so Miami and UCF both making a tournament. You might get a preview. You might get live updates from the UCF game if they get into the March Madness. You might catch me somewhere in the red.
That would be
I
cool.
I could be attending the UCF game. We have to see if they get in. They are in the bubble watch. They should get in. They've got great wins, so that is also something to be excited for.
I think also if we're gonna do that, I think there's a chance depending on the draw with the Asheville game because Asheville normally they host around 32, but your boy might be live for that. You might get some live updates. We're gonna try. We might try and hit up the tournament a little bit.
Yeah, and I will be Elite Eight game, whatever Elite Eight game is where I'm at. I will be there
Is it in
in
Atlanta?
Georgia. Yeah, in Atlanta, I will be Elite Eighting it up. So we'll get some cool tournament coverage for you guys as well.
Sick. I wish. See now, I wish Nashville would host some type of bigger tournament.
Yeah, that would be
It's,
sick.
it's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. But yeah. Is that? Do you have another pick? I know we just went on a little tangent. Do you have one more pick, or are you? Those are your two for the day.
No, I got three. Scotty top 10, Florida money line, and then Tennessee money line.
Tennessee money line. Okay, that was the
Yeah,
last one. So a couple.
They play Vanderbilt. They play Vanderbilt tomorrow.
Ooh, that's a techie one.
They're 1-1.
Yeah,
Tennessee's got one. Vanderbilt's got one.
yeah, that's gonna be a great game. But as always, guys, if you made it this far in the pod, we appreciate you for listening all the way through. Thank you guys for waiting a long time, but we finally are back and we're better
We
than
are
ever.
back.
And sports is getting exciting. March Madness playoffs are coming up for a lot of different sports. This is our
Masters.
prime. The Masters. Yeah,
We've got Masters. We've got NBA playoffs. We've got NHL playoffs.
March
We've got all
Madness.
of March Madness.
We got the
It's
NFL
gonna be
draft.
NFL draft, which I think we might be in. There's rumors that we might try and do something live.
Yes, rumors are we might try and do something live.
That would be sick. So follow us on Instagram. We will definitely live stream it for sure. We have to. That would be so sick.
Yep. But if you guys made it this far, thank you again, and see you next time. Peace.
Peace.